Hello, everybody. I hope you can see me well. If you can hear my voice, I'm asking you to write something in the chat. It will be very helpful. Thank you. Okay, so if you can hear me, please write something in the chat, plus or anything. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So I'm going to welcome you at the opening of our online hackathon, IT Solutions for Business. And first of all, I'd like to tell you who we are. The organizer of this event are Irkutsk National Research Technical University, one of the leading Russian university, located in the city Irkutsk. We deliver a lot of English taught programs. Some of them are delivered with our industrial partners and also sponsors of this hackathon, who are 1C Forest Mongolia, 1C Forest Indonesia, 1C Vietnam, and also our partner university, Mongolian University of Science and Technology. And about the hackathon itself. So we found 3 good reasons why it is a good idea to participate in it. So first of all, you're going to have free online training presented by outstanding experts in the sphere of IT. You will learn a lot of useful things on effective implementation of IT solutions for business. Also, of course, you will have an opportunity to network with experts from large IT companies to obtain a lot of useful knowledge. And of course, experience in solving IT cases and giving presentations to the audience and to experts, of course. And the prizes. So for students, we offer scholarships covering up to 80, in some cases 100% of the tuition on IT master's degree program at Irkutsk National Research Technical University. Scholarships in the amount of 100, covering 100% of the tuition will be offered to winners from Mongolia and Vietnam. And also students from Mongolia, Vietnam, and Indonesia have an opportunity to be employed at our industrial partners companies. Our hackathon program will be delivered throughout this week. So today and tomorrow, you're going to have online training. On June 4th, there will be the first round, which is online test in English and IT. And also in the evening, we will ask you to join Zoom meeting where our experts are going to introduce user cases themselves. So you will see what are the cases. And also the experts will be ready to answer your questions and give instructions how to solve the cases successfully. On June 5th, there will be the second round, so the case solving itself, where you can start preparing your presentations on how you see the solutions for the case. And you're going to receive a call in Zoom with our expert, where he will see whether your presentation is going in the right way. He will give you some advices, some notes, how to improve your presentation. And on June 6th, you're going to present your solution to the group of experts who are going to give you a score for that. And on June 7th, we are going to present a table of winners. So we are going to sum up your result from online test in English and IT, and your presentation of your solution of the case, and we'll see who are the winners. And today, as I said, we start with online training, and today we'll have 3 amazing lectures given by Russian professors and industrial experts. So they are going to be Stanislav Grigoriev, professor from Russian University, Patrisiya Abbud from Russia, and Kirill Tirskikh, Russia also. And I'm happy to give the floor to our first speaker, Stanislav Grigoriev, with his topic, Successful Business Applications for Data Science.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Hello, dear friends. If you can hear me, please write something in the chat. Maybe something like plus, if you can hear me. Okay, so we can start right now. So please give me rights to show the presentation, to share my screen. Okay, so please give me the rights to share my screen. Anna, okay. Okay, thank you. So now I'm sharing my presentation, and okay. So I'm from Irkutsk National Research Technical University. My name is Stanislav Grigoriev. I am actually associated professor in information technology at Irkutsk National Research Technical University. My topic of research and interest is data science. So I will tell you about some applications for data science and a little bit about our program that actually from one side it is about data science, and from the second side it's about enterprise resource planning systems. So I will cover the first side. It is data science, and my presentation about a successful business application for data science. So what is a data science actually? Data science is a process of building, cleaning, and structuring data sets to analyze and extract meaning. So actually data science is a science. So this is not just a method or maybe just some kind of technique or just the techniques for data analysis. Actually, it's not to be confused with data analytics, which is the act of analyzing and interpreting data. These processes share many similarities and are both valuable in the workplace. So if you want to try your hand in data science, it actually requires you to form hypotheses, run experiments to gather data, assess data quality, clean and streamline data sets, and organize and structure data for analysis. So actually these skills you need to have before you can try your hand in data science. Data scientists often write algorithms, so actually they need some skills in programming. In nowadays, most data science using coding in some languages such as SQL or R or maybe Python or maybe other languages to collect and analyze data. When designed correctly and tested thoroughly, algorithms can catch information or trends that humans miss. They can also significantly speed up the process of gathering and analyzing data. Here you can see some representation of data science life cycle. You can see here it actually starting with business understanding. This is actually a very important part in this cycle, because if you understand your problem, you can move further in this cycle. The next is actually, if you have already some data, the first that you can do with this data, you can find some patterns, something that you can use in future, for example. And this is calling data mining, because this process is maybe very, not very complicated, because we have a lot of systems that already can do data mining. And actually, it is a process of gathering and scraping the data that is necessary for the project. The next step, it is data cleaning. If you have data, you need to prepare this data for the analysis. So the next step is cleaning. It means that you need to fix some inconsistencies within the data, and maybe some mistakes, or maybe some things that is actually not could be clear understanding by some other system like artificial intelligence. So data cleaning is very important thing in this cycle, and it is actually some kind of data processing. The next step, it is data exploration. So we have already data, we just clean it up, we just found some patterns in this data. So what we can do with this data next? This is some kind of processing of data that we can investigate it, we can find some useful part of the data, and we can, for example, we can sort, we can use some kind of mathematical statistics, maybe some kind of simple data processing. And after that, we just put this data in some system, So the next step, it is a feature engineering, that actually we already have data, we have cleaned it up, we have explored this data and found something that we can use in our business, in our in some that we are actually doing, some application. And this step is feature engineering. It is for selecting important features and construct more meaningful ones using the raw data that we have. The next step, it is building the predictive model. So this is important thing if we need to analyze in the future, or just make something that with this data, to make something that we can use in the future as a prediction, for example. So for example, if we already found some pattern in this data, we can use this pattern just to predict some other pattern, for example. And predictive modeling, it is maybe already some kind of artificial intelligence application, because in this step, we need to use some kind of mathematician modeling. In nowadays, the mathematician modeling is just going through machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, and everything that we can use for the building models like neural networks, artificial neural networks. So as we have a predictive model, we can use it in our practice. We can use in our project to predict some other new patterns. For example, if we have a pattern that actually describes some sales, some sale problem, and if we after the we build a predictive model, we can use other sales predictions, for example, for our business. The next step is data visualization. Data visualization is the final step for the user of this life cycle, because the data visualization is just showing what we have, what we can do with this, and what we can use in the future with what we have. As you can see, the next step is again business understanding. So after we have a data visualization thing, so we just visualized the data, we can do some decision based on this data. And after that, we can adjust our business understanding, or we can just improve, or just maybe build a different system for business understanding. So this is just a life cycle of data science for business. Data scientists, I'm sorry, this is next slide. Data science enables business to process huge amounts of structured and unstructured data that actually calling big data for detecting patterns. This in turn allows companies to increase efficiencies, manage costs, identify new market opportunities, and boost their market advantage. So this is actually the main goal to use data science in business. In our life, in real life, we also have a lot of applications of data science that, for example, asking a personal assistant like Siri on your smartphone for recommendation, that actually demands data science, demands the methods, the techniques, the algorithms that is actually using in data science. So does operating a self-driving car, using a search engine that provides useful results, or talking to a chatbot for customer service. This is actually, these all are all real applications for data science. So we actually already have this. We're already using the data science in our real life, just in methods, just in applications, in our gadgets and everything that we have. So actually, it is already a real life of using data science. So actually, we need to understand the difference between data analytics, big data, and data science. You know, these terms are actually very modern, and we have already maybe 10, 15 years just dealing with these terms. So we actually, when we are talking about data, we can use terms like data analytics or maybe big data. And not all people understand the difference between all this, because it is actually the terms that is connected to some fields, maybe some fields of information technology, maybe computer science, or maybe just mathematics, or different kind of other sciences that we have. So we need to understand the difference between data analytics, big data, and data science. Big data. What do you know about big data? Big data is not just a data that are huge or big. The data that the main thing that is actually we can distinguish big data from the regular data. It is the structure. So, for example, if we have a lot of different unstructured or maybe different structures in the data, we can call it already big data, because we couldn't use a simple algorithm for analyzing this data, because if you know the simple algorithm is just can use for some kind of data form, for some structure, already known structure of data. So data comes from various sources. Sorry, I'm trying to read chat also. Okay, so if you have questions, you can ask right now in chat, and after presentation, you can ask by voice or maybe also in chat. So I'm just showing my presentation. After that, you can ask, or during my presentation in chat. So we have a lot of different data, different structures of data in our life already. Maybe 10, maybe not 10, but 20 years ago, we have not such a lot of types of data that we can use, that we are using right now. Right now, we extremely a lot using, for example, social networks. Social networks consist of different types of the data: text, images, sounds, video, and everything that we actually put in these social networks. And if we are inventing some algorithm for analyzing data from social network, we need to use something comprehensive, something that actually can be used only for this data. So it could be artificial intelligence methods and something else that is actually couldn't be used for the simple data. Data might be unstructured, semi-structured, and structured. So this chart you maybe already saw. It is some representation of growing the data in our world. And you can see here how much data we already have. In 2021, people created 1.7 megabytes of data every second. So you can imagine how much data we are producing every day, for example. By the end of 2022, 44 zettabytes will make up the entire digital universe. So it is a lot of actual data. Here we can see in this chart, we can see 2017 and 125 exabytes, a volume of data that is actually we used in this. And now we have a lot of data that actually growth in these years. Every day, 306 billion emails are sent, and 500 million social networks posts are made. So this is a lot of data. By 2025, 200 plus zettabytes of data will be in cloud storage around the globe. In this chart, you can see also the proportion between unstructured and structured data. So you can see about 80% of data are unstructured. It is actually producing by application, by a lot of applications that we have in our smartphones, in our computers, or other devices that we're actually using in our real life. And all this data are not deleting. These data are storing in some clouds and some archives and some maybe computers somewhere. So we actually not deleting this data. So we are using it every day, and it is storing for the future to make these models for prediction, maybe. Because if you know, for example, Google services can allow you to track your location in every day. So you can find your location, for example, a year ago. You can see where have you been 1 year ago, maybe 1 month ago, or so on. So this data actually storing for the future, for analysis, for prediction, for something else. Actually, data science is not one tool, skill, or method. Instead, data science is a scientific approach that uses applied statistical and mathematical theory and computer tools to process big data. Generally, we consider that big data is the raw material used in the field of data science. Actually, we can consider that all data that we have right now are big data, characterizing by its velocity, variety, and volume. Actually, it is the main 3 V's. Big data is a raw material for data science, which affords the techniques for analyzing the data. You can see here is not 3 by 8 V that is actually characterizing the big data. And we have not only the volume, velocity, and variety, we also have here veracity, value, variability, visualization, and viscosity. So a lot of different properties, a lot of different branches, directions, fields of science, of research projects, and everything that we can direct all our projects, for example, in different directions for this. But you can see the big data is not only the volume. It is a lot of things that is actually consist in this data. So we couldn't say that big data is just a big data, just data that have a lot of different properties. The data mining, the first step in our life cycle, not the first step that is actually giving us something useful. It is a technique used in business and data science, while data science is an actual field of scientific study or discipline. Data mining's goal is to render data more usable for a specific business purpose. Data science, in contrast, aims to create data-driven products and outcomes, usually in a business context. The next thing that is actually dealing with data science, it is artificial intelligence, or just a simple AI. Just means simulated human brain function in computers. The traits that signal this kind of brain function include learning, logical reasoning, and self-correction. Actually, we have 2 types of artificial intelligence. It's like strong and weak artificial intelligence. The strong artificial intelligence means that this artificial intelligence could understand by itself. The weak artificial intelligence, this is just a tool, just an algorithm, just a mathematician model, and everything that actually we have nowadays. We don't have a strong artificial intelligence by now. In the future, maybe we will invent this kind of artificial intelligence that will understand by itself and that could operate autonomously or just by itself. So actually, all our artificial intelligence methods, they're just tools for our different tasks. Also, we have, this is some diagram that is actually showing different fields of data science, just the different branches of data science that is actually including in some system. For example, input we have data, in output we have insight, and you can see here is from data, from just a raw data to insight, we have a lot of steps, we have a lot of different directions, for example. So you can see here is some part of artificial intelligence in this diagram, in this scheme. It is actually pushes post further. So it means if we have, for example, some mechanism that is calling just a machine learning or deep neural networks that is using using the data to make some models and using this data in to get some insight in the future. And you can see here is a data mining that is actually employs this part, and this part is actually enables data mining. Also, you can see here is some parts of data science we're calling analytics, business intelligence, statistics, and data visualization. And all these parts of data science are actually connected to each other and just working as a system. It's just not a simple science. It's just a system that giving us different things to get finally some insight. Data science and analytics come together when data science is applied in a business setting. Data science helps businesses better understand the specific needs customers have based on existing data. Another thing that is actually very popular application of data science in business is a business intelligence. Business intelligence, it is a subset of data analysis, analyzes existing data for insights into business trends. Business intelligence gathers data from internal and external sources, prepares and processes it for a specific use, and then creates a dashboards with the data to answer business questions. Actually, it is some next step to data visualization, because in data visualization, you get only the diagrams, graphs, charts, and this is very difficult to make to use for making some decision. Business intelligence, it's some kind of decision-making system, or just a part of this decision-making system. So business intelligence is a great and very popular application of data science in business that we're actually using a lot in different, in some different things and directions. For finance, the data science is a powerful tool in the fight against fraud, honing the ability of financial institutions to recognize problematic patterns in data faster. So, for example, data science can help reduce non-performing assets, revealing downward trends sooner, and everything else that actually helping to get some decision on some financial problem, for example, or maybe to get some prediction with these financial things. And data science is a very powerful tool for finance. Another issue is using a tools in data science. What languages are better to use for building programs around algorithms, for example, and what tools are better to invent new methods? Actually, we have a lot of different programming languages in data science, but now a lot of applications that is actually are building with only two languages, the most application, not all, but the most application are building with these two languages, R or Python. You maybe know both languages because I hope for your information technology or computer science background. Actually, data scientists need tools for data transformation, data cleaning, and data visualization. These two languages actually could be applied for getting these things. There is also a need to detect outliers, identify relationships between variables, and construct complete interpretive models inside a suitable environment. And this is where data preparation and statistical analysis tools like R and Python come in. You can see here some chart that is actually showing the interest, growing of the interest between two languages, programming languages, R and Python. And you can see the Python languages is actually a bit more popular than R. But as already said, that R programming language is using for some tasks and Python is using for other. Actually, R is a statistical programming language. It is invented for mathematician statistics, for making some algorithms working to calculate some statistical relationships, or just making some algorithms based on statistics. Python is just a modern language. It is a language that is actually using objective-oriented model and could be used for developing an applications. It could be used for different applications as artificial intelligence or visualization. And it is actually very popular for training, for teaching, for understanding the data science methods or understanding artificial intelligence methods. So we can see here is a popularity of two languages comparison. Data scientists represent data in form of graphs, charts, and other visualizations. Actually, data visualization it is also the main field inside of data science. That is actually very popular in nowadays. We already have some projects based only on data visualization because it is some development of maybe not an application, but the development of some interfaces. It's like a front-end task to make some maybe just on the level of websites, or maybe just applications for visualizing data that we have in some clouds, or maybe something else. And this data visualization allow users to see insights that are invisible, for example, in Excel sheets of data. And here is some applications of data science that you can see. Here is some directions of applications that we now have in business. The first one is risk modeling. The second is fraud detection. The third is customer lifetime value. The fourth is customer segmentation. The fifth is recommendation engines. And sixth is real-time predictive analytics. So here you can see different directions of applications that we have in business for our in our life. And here you can see some maybe successful business application for data science. The first one is gain customer insights. Data about your customers can reveal details about their habits, demographic characteristics, preferences, aspirations, and more. With so many potential sources of customer data a foundational understanding of data science can help make sense of it. So this is a first successful application of data science in business. The next one, it is increasing security, to increase security. You can also use data science to increase the security of your business and protect sensitive information. For example, banks use complex machine learning algorithms to detect fraud based on deviations from user typical financial activities. So actually, this is very popular because we have a lot of confidential, sensitive data that we don't want to go it away. The security thing, it is a very important thing in data, in information, and in transporting data from one point to other point. And so increasing security is a very important thing. The next one, it is inform internal finances. If your organization financial team can utilize data science to create reports, generate forecasts, and analyze financial trends. Data on companies' cash flows, assets, and debts are constantly gathered, which financial analysts can use to manually or algorithmically detect trends in financial growth or decline. The next one, it is streamline manufacturing. Another way you can use data science in business is to identify inefficiencies in manufacturing processes. So we have a lot of enterprises actually doing something inside their processes, and actually manufacturing machines gather data from production processes at high volumes. In cases where the volume of data collected is too high for a human to manually analyze it, an algorithm can be written to clean, sort, and interpret it quickly and accurately to gather insights. The next one, it is prediction, to predict the future market trends. This application could collect and analyze data on a larger scale, can enable to identify emerging trends in the market. Tracking purchase data, celebrities and influencers, and search engine queries can reveal what products people are interested in. And this is actually the 5 important business application of data science. Thank you very much for your attention. I also want to give you some link. I just will switch my screen just to show some very great book for you, because it will be just a moment. I will switch again to the just a moment. Okay, so I can show you this book. This is very useful and very simple for the beginners of data science. The book is called Data Science for Business, and I will give you a link in chat. You can use it. It is free, actually. You can download it. Download it free. So just a moment. I will try to put it in chat. The link. So this link you can use to get this book. Also, actually, I already have downloaded this book. So I tried to. Just a moment. Try to. If I don't know if I tried to. Yes, I didn't do it before. So I just tried to give you this book directly to this conference. This book is open and free, so you can use. This is unfortunately this book is not mine, but this book is very interesting and very simple. to use in your practice just for the beginners in data science. And this book is about data science for business. Thank you very much for listening to, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, or I'm just will give my rights back to organizer. Thank you so much.
Stanislav, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation and for sharing the links with useful sources. I'd like to give a floor to our next speaker, Patrisiya Abbud, and her topic of the presentation is the power of big data analytics. Patrisiya, hello, welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Just a second, I'm going to give you the right to share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I understand I will give you the rights back to you. So now
Okay,
you are
thank
going
you.
to.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, let me try. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Patrisiya Abbud, and today I would like to discuss with you the power of big data analytics. Let's look at the plan. So we will start with a brief introduction. What actually is big data and what we mean by the term analytics. Then we will discuss methods and techniques used in big data analytics and discuss how actually these techniques can be useful in different areas. And we will finish with some examples. So big data is a collection of data that is huge in volume, yet growing exponentially with time. It is data so large in size and so complex that actually none of the traditional data management tools can store or can process it efficiently. But size is not the only characteristic of big data. As it was said already today, usually big data is described by several V's. Let's look at the rule of 4V. We have volume. So size of the data plays a very crucial role in determining value of the data. Also, whether a particular data can be actually considered as big data or not is dependent on the value of data. Then we have variety. It's the next important aspect. Variety refers to heterogeneous sources and the nature of data. Data can be both structured or unstructured. Nowadays, when we're talking about big data, we consider data in the form of emails, we have pictures, videos, etc., etc. And of course, this variety of unstructured data poses certain issues for storage, for mining, and for analyzing data. The term velocity refers to speed of generation of data. So how fast the data is generated and processed to meet the demands. This determines the real potential in the data. Big data velocity deals with the speed at which data flows in from sources like business process, application logs, networks, etc. Variability, this characteristic actually refers to the inconsistency which can be shown by the data at times, thus hampering the process of being able to handle and manage the data effectively. So, saying all this, we can make a great example of big data. For example, it's a trade market, let's say New York Stock Exchange. It generates 1 terabyte of data per day. All kinds of social media actually can be example of big data. And the statistics shows that actually Facebook website alone generates 500 terabytes of new data daily. Talking about jet engines, a single jet engine can generate more than 10 terabytes of data in only 30 minutes of flight time. And now imagine how many data it is when we're talking about thousands of flights every day. Of course, with this amount of mostly unstructured data, you need special technologies and you need special processes to gain insights into area you're working in. So this is exactly what big data analytics are about. So we use complex process of examining big data to uncover information such as hidden patterns, correlations, and trends. It is the process of giving meaning to the collected data. Let's have a look how big data analytics actually work. First, the data is collected from a variety of different sources. So depending on the organization, this can include survey responses, internet clickstream data, we can have web server logs, social media content, and even data from sensors when we're talking about Internet of Things. So after collecting this data and storing it in a warehouse, it should be processed and cleansed. What do we mean here? So the data should be organized, configured, and partitioned for analytical queries. Errors, inconsistencies like duplications, formatting mistakes, all this should be handled during this step. And only after we're ready to perform some analytics. Depending on the goal, an organization can segment the process into 3 levels. We have descriptive analytics. This type of analytics actually answers the question, what happened? So we can actually look what happened in the past, try to explain it. Here we use the majority of the technique is used is actually statistics, and it is commonly displayed with a report or a dashboard. Another type, then the next level we have is predictive analytics. This type answers the question, what will happen? It uncovers likely scenarios to help plan ahead. So basically, we're trying to predict the future. We're trying to plan ahead our steps. Predictive capabilities such as forecasting and simulation provides advanced insights that organizations can use to make more informed decisions. And the third level is actually prescriptive analytics. Here, the question that will be answered is, what should we actually do? So these analytics uncover what will likely happen and recommend various courses of actions along with the potential implication for each. So basically, all these 3 types of data analytics build on one another with capabilities that help provide an understanding for an event, uncover relationships and in data, and develop what-if scenarios to simplify business decisions. During this advanced analytics step, we may use different tools and techniques. There are actually many. Let's have a look on the main ones. We have data mining, which is a common tool that is used in big data analytics. Data mining extracts patterns from large data sets by combining methods from statistics, from machine learning within database management. Then we have machine learning as a standalone technique. It works with computer algorithms to produce assumptions based on data. So it provides predictions that would be impossible for human analysts. Another very nice technique that can be used is natural language processing, NLP. It is also known as a subspecialty of computer science, artificial intelligence, and linguistics. This tool uses algorithms to analyze human natural language. We have also techniques of business intelligence software. So those methodologies, they allow to remain agile and quickly apply analytical scenarios. And we use data visualization tools to actually have a graphical representation. For example, if we want to have a proof of our predictions or hypothesis we're making, and to provide also dashboards for our reports. So the data collection is now constant in every industry, in every area that you can imagine. So, for example, in healthcare, data is collected from health records, from medical imaging, from genomic sequences and medical devices. And the insights that are gained from these data are helping to predict emerging health problems early. In banking, big data analytics can be useful, can be also useful. For example, financial institutions, they gather and access analytical insights to help detect fraud behavior early and allows banks to make informed financial decisions. If talking about manufacturing, data analytics here can help detect machine failure before they actually happen and give a company a competitive edge to optimize operations. And of course, this list of examples, it can go on and on. We can add here also retail. We can talk about government, life sciences. All these areas can benefit from big data analytics. So let's take a look at some real life business examples. So we have the first example is about the Marriott hotels. Marriott Hotel is actually one of the biggest chains in the world. They are one of the leaders in the industry. And of course, they're using big data to in their business, and they generate more revenue and gain more loyal customers. So let's see what techniques they're using, what tactics they're using. So one of the tactics is dynamic pricing. So the price per room changes according to local and global economic situation, according to weather, availability, and reservation behavior. And this this tactic resulted them with a 5% revenue increase per room. What's more, to create a better customer experience, they implemented Amazon Echoes, so they're using Alexa system. They implemented them into their rooms. So what this led to, that they're allowing guests to make Alexa, the Alexa system, handle everything that was previously handled by the reception staff. And now Marriott, they have all the information they want about the guests' preferences, about their needs, and about the potential concerns. Basically, a good method of data collection and using it for your benefit. Another real life example is about the Starbucks company. Starbucks is a global brand with a famous logo and the infamous activity of writing wrong names of their customers on the coffee cups. So Starbucks, they're also using big data to create a better customer experience. And of course, better customer experience leads to the increase of their revenue. So how do they collect data? They provide their customers with Starbucks rewards programs, and also they use mobile apps to learn about the buying habits of each of their customers. So Starbucks is using this data, so they collected this data, and then they're using it to recommend products to their loyal customers. They use this information to create better marketing campaigns, to create new menus, and even to decide where to open their new store. So they also send out personalized emails with offers to customers who haven't visited the store in a while. So like this, so they send some emails, some messages, and they try to re-engage those customers by sending them, for example, some discounts. So their tactics with big data gave them some really good results. So now they're having 18.9 million of active Starbucks reward members. So basically now they're having always constant data collection from their customers. And also the app, the Starbucks app, is bringing quite a good percentage of sale. So let's take a look how actually like this part, this tactic maybe could be done, and how it can be helpful in this situation. So let's say that we are working now for Starbucks. We perform some surveys and we collected information about our clients. So let's take a look at this part of the data set. For each customer, we have a score of satisfaction and we have a score of loyalty. Satisfaction was self-reported, so clients answered the question how they're actually happy with the product we're offering. It's coffee in this case. Loyalty was measured through the purchases per year, additionally to some other factors. So let's say that the goal here, so we're looking at this data set, and our goal is to identify the customers that are likely to leave our company and go drink coffee elsewhere. So we would like to identify those customers, we would like to retain them, and use some marketing approach. Let's say we will send them a message offering a really good discount on their next purchase. So how this actually can be done using analytics techniques. So let's say that we took a partition of our data. We took a batch of the data set, and we performed a technique that actually can be useful here that is called clustering. So we performed clustering on those data points, on those observations. Clustering is actually one of the machine learning algorithms. As you remember, machine learning is one of the techniques of the big data analytics. So we performed clustering on this data set, and this is the visualization, the graph that we got in the result. So as you can see, our customers are now divided into several groups. So you can see that all those data points, they have all those groups, they have different colors. So basically points of the same color, they're all in one group, in one cluster. Let's see what we actually got. Let's name those clusters. So we have customers who actually are not really satisfied with the product. So they have low satisfaction and low loyalty. This is the group that we called alienated. We have clients who are not really happy with the product, but they like our brand and they would like to come back. We call this group supporters. And we have a group of customers who are satisfied with the product and they are loyal to our brand. We call them fans. Basically, those are our fans, our core customers. And we have people who are predominantly satisfied, but they also can be loyal. Well, some of them are loyal, some of them not really. We call this group roamers. So looking at this result, I have actually a question to you, dear future scientists and dear future business leaders. How do you think? Which group of customers is likely to churn? Which group of customers is likely to leave the company and go drink coffee with our competitors? So, to which group we're actually sending the message offering a great discount? If you have any ideas, you can actually write it in the chat. Oops. I see an answer of supporters. Does anyone have any other ideas? Let me share the screen again, show you the to the supporters. Basically, there is it may be a good also answer, but in this case, the group of people who actually are group of people who is likely to leave, so to churn, as it is called, the group is called alienated. So they have low loyalty and they have low satisfaction. To this group of people, we can actually try to make a marketing move, try to send them a message and to maybe re-engage them to our company. But seeing your answers, more focus, yes, I can see an answer that is giving that more focus should be given to alienated and roamers. Yes, this is also a good answer and a good idea. So as analysts, we should make a report where we describe each of these clusters, of these groups that we are seeing here. We should say that yes, this group of people actually it concerns us, because those people, they are more likely to leave. And as you know, when customers are leaving the company, they're not coming back. The competition is very high. So we're trying to focus on this group. So we make this report and we pass it to our marketing team in our, as we say, we're working for Starbucks, for our Starbucks marketing team. And they will already, looking at this report, they will make a business decision. So basically, this is a small example that I wanted to show you how actually we can, how actually a hands-on can look in big data analytics. Great job for everyone who actually participated. So in conclusion, I would like to say that the future of any business and any organization will be determined by their use of data. It is not just about collecting the data, but also using analytical techniques and tools to get useful information from the data for decision-making and gaining a competitive advantage. Here is the list of, here is the list of references if you would like to read the information from today in their sources. And this is all for me. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions, I am here and I am ready to answer them. If you will have any further questions, even after the conference call today, feel free to contact me via email you see on the slide. Thank you so much.
Patrisiya, thank you very much. I really enjoyed your presentation. I hope our participants enjoyed it as much as I did. And thanks for references and for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, and now I'd like to present our last speaker for today. His name is Kirill Tirskikh. He is a project manager at 1C Forest Company. And Kirill, are you here?
Yes, can you hear me, Alex?
Great. Okay, and the name of the topic is Product Solution Development in 2021. Just a second, I'm going to give you a floor and give you a right to share your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Patrisiya, may I ask you to give me the right of the host, and then I'm going to forward it to Kirill. Okay, here we are.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen, colleagues? Can you see my screen? Colleagues, can you hear me?
Yes, Kirill, please start.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, dear Hackathon participants. My name is Kirill. I am project manager from 1C Forus. Today we will talk about the process of development a new product. I want to know that you can use this knowledge on the hackathon itself. Okay. Let's discuss about that new product development. What is new product development? In business, new product development or NPD is the complete process of bringing a new product to market. Product development means making changes in the size, design, color, shape, some characteristics, packing, etc. of the product. The development process is basically comprised of the three main phases. The first phase is fuse front end, is the set of activities employed before the normal and well-defined NPD or stage gate process. The second, this is product design. Product design starts with the development of new product and it ends at pre-commercialization analysis stage. Yes, the stage number 3 is fuse backend or commercialization stages. Please pay attention that this is 3 main stages of creating products. These stages is step by step. And if you delete one of these stages, your product will be lost. Okay, the next about categories of the new products. We have 5 main categories when we can create our products. For example, new to the world. Our example is iPhone. New to the product lines. For example, is 1C solution. Additions to the exciting product line. For example, case phone, phone cover. Improvement and revision of existing product. For example, iPhone 12. And repositioning, some juice, for example. Let's find out more. The first example is new to the world. iPhone, yes, we talked. iPhone is an example of a new product to the world. When we didn't have a phone or had it, it's very uncomfortable with the push buttons. Steve Jobs suggests making a phone where the screen will be without buttons. And you can use the screen instead of them. The second example, new to the product lines. For example, is 1C drive. 1C drive is the new product in the overall 1C solution line. This solution is now being implemented worldwide. The next example is additions to the existing product line. Let's say we have a phone now, smartphone, iPhone, but the phone can crash. People have a need to protect their phone, and this is how the case for the phone appeared. We saw the need and made a product that is used around the world. The next, our example is FIFA 21. Yeah, here we can see an interesting example of FIFA 21. We see that every year new versions and released. Each version is a new product that has new functions and new capabilities for the player. Yeah, the next is repositioning. Here we can see an example of juices. Sometimes companies want to change the positioning of the product, which means you need to change its look. As an example, creating a new package is an example of new product that goes through the development stages. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide, and let's talk about new product development process. We have several stages. The first stage is idea generation. The second stage is idea screening. Next, you need to create concept development and testing it. Then you need to create a business, you need to analyze your processes. Then create a prototype and test, you can test your market and your prototype. Then technological implementation, and then commercialization your product. Yeah, what about idea generation? Generation is of the ideas in the process of creation and new ideas. What does this give? You can find a new way to earn money, or maybe revive the forgotten old way. You can solve any problem or question, defeat the competitors, create something new. You become smarter, and people around you consider you a genius. Yeah. You can use a Trello tool to notice your ideas. Yeah. What about idea screening? You must remove those concepts that didn't pass the selection. After you write down your ideas, you need to remove an exist, which seems unrealistic or not interesting your ideas. If we will discuss concept development and testing, I can show you some main tools of testing your ideas as customer development. Hardy cycle and A and B testing. We need to build and test hypotheses. Communicate with customers to understand how they see your product and whether the market needs it. If you want to know more information about these tools, you can search the browser and you can read about these tools more in detail. I would like to show the main interesting testing tools when you can create your maquette of your product or prototype. The first example is Sketch. Sketch, as you see, Sketch allows you to create, for example, mobile apps. But in these tools, you can create not only mobile apps, you can create websites. For example, this tool is very convenient. I think when we use this Sketch, you yeah, the second tool is Azure. Azure is the same tool as previous tool. You can use a lot of interesting blocks and can create the screen of mobile apps as well, screens of websites as well, and so on. And the next tool I will show the Hotjar. Hotjar can create image of website as well. I recommend use this tool so when you take part in Hackathon. Yeah, after when we test our hypothesis and our idea, we need to account our business processes and we need to make a business plan for our product. We should consider our business model based on all the data that we received earlier in order to understand how much the product can bring us money. It's very important when we create your product. After account your ideas, when we account some KPI, for example, of your project, and after you understand that product you want to see and what it might look like, and you calculated the business model, you should launch your project on the market and watch the reaction of people. Create the first product that a customer can pay for, thanks to constructors. Usually I use the one of interesting designer. This is WordPress. WordPress allows you to create a good website, really a website, the work website. You can use this constructor on Hackathon as well. For example, if you want. After the test, your prototype, your model, you saw the bugs, and it's time to fix them so that the customer can use your product, and it has no negative moments when people use your product. Yeah, okay. The next stage and the last stage of your product, of your development product, it's commercialization. Here is the last stage when you get money for your work. Your product is ready and used by people, but don't forget that then you will need to update it and adjust it to the market. Otherwise, your product will not live in the market for a long time. Yes. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, you can send me on my telephone your question, for example, or Telegram, WhatsApp. Thank you very much.
Kirill, thank you very much for your time and wonderful presentation. And yes, we get some thank you in the chat. Yes, thank you for presentation. So dear participant, thank you very much for joining us today. Tomorrow we're going to continue, and tomorrow we will have 2 more lectures. So we'll start at the same time, and we're going to send the message, a reminder in our Telegram channel. And so see you tomorrow. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.